Players set up outside this A site. They both run pistols in this direction before. Good nade coming out of Forsaken already, and something, and Mindfreak peeking off the back of it. They're going to be stuck in the corner early on. This is a great start for PRX.
And Munchkin's in danger as well. He tried to jump away.
Obviously, that is helped a little bit by having that Omen instead of the Astra. But other than that, it's an absolutely flawless start. Managed to adapt. They have the individual players that sometimes they can just frag through a map. And that...
Gen.G, they've not got off to a great start, and as the push comes in, okay, actually they're getting close. The pressure's kind of being applied to Munyet now, blinded up, he's taken down. Okay, it's not a bad start at all for Gen.G, gaining some ground, now winning some more fights. And with heals up, okay, it looks like they've tidied it up eventually. But he's up, he's ahead of it. Looking to take someone down. He got
Mindfreak taking a lot of control. Now, Texture in a fairly solo position. There's a chance. There's the blast packs already, and there's the judge. Exactly what Forsaken does. He got a rifle, but it's very short-lived. Well,
2-1. It's a fairly bog standard start to the game. Pistol win for PRX, follow up, and then they lose. I mean, the one thing that we'll say is that maybe that third round could have seen a bit more damage. Damage here as we get the operator out on something right away, and the shot has not landed. Munyet good for one and dropped. The
problem is he might get caught. He's switching between utility. Finally, will pull the gun out, but the aggression of his teammate gets absolutely nothing. And well, there is the floor of grinding out of these early rounds is going to be really important. Sure, you're still going to have an operator onto something, which alone can be enough to cause issues in the round.
Last round. I don't know if you caught it in the replay, Tom, but a fist bump into a high five. Let's see how many high fives there are for Gen.G after this one. They've got a lot of space, but that flash was perfect. Deadly from Devi, and he's managed to slip away towards the elbow. Another fight. And he's actually got a teammate in there. I don't know if they've seen Forsaken, but they certainly have now at heavy cost. Smokes are down, but so too are the majority of PRX players. V3, it's tempted him. It's pulled him in for the fight. He hasn't found them to start off, though, and that dash already halfway up. Wants to close the distance. So many tough angles, tight angles to clear with this op in hand. And no idea there's a player up top. He's checking the right angle. What a shot! But Lakio was close by.
Honest for Gen.G, and well, you see the danger of how fast this man is with the operator. The problem, though, is he's not going to be able to have it for this round. They didn't have the extra finances.
We have a lot of credits built up. If PRX lose this round, it's going to be a skyrocket.
Oh, maybe when. That's not the start they were looking for. 2 players down immediately. The realization's there eventually. Mindfreak can win this battle. It could be huge. I don't think they're going to expect him. It's such an obscure position to be in, but then it's almost revealed. Devi, though, has done well. Taking it to the site, and it is going to bait in. Nice work from the side of Munchkin, teaming up with Texture. As I said, he's been ever so devastating. Showstopper might just be able to clear, shoots it into the Viper's pit, but actually, Munchkin's just teamed up with his teammate. He's just left it. Doesn't even mind about the pit. I don't know if Forsaken realized it, but it doesn't even matter.
I did incredibly well. In his position, he stayed down in screens, waited for the swing out with the player Munchkin up top, almost sacrificing himself because he's so out in the open. Players like Forsaken previously bailed him from so many situations. Now, weaker weapons like we said, and close range surprise factor is probably the best way to find value. Mindfreak has at least picked up one, but Karen is making this one look easy. 3 kills already under his belt, 40 HP. And he's tucking in the corner. It looks like he's going to get this one easily with Mindfreak drop. That's his 4th kill alive on Gen.G. They're farming credits by...
Against any other team, maybe he'd have a chance, but Gen.G have been so good just playing off of each other, trading effectively, switch up in tempo. Especially in these anti-eco rounds, they're not allowing their opponents to really figure out anything that's going on. You had the instant TP to the back of site, information clearing things out, the rest of the team quickly execute. And
in a row for Gen.G, and now ultis are there. Showstopper fired off, and Munyet had no chance.
As said, they're not bad in these 4v5s, but Gen.G are even better in the 5v4s. Opener again. Karen takes down another Forsaken, trying his best, but he's almost dead. It is, and well, Lackey and Meteor combined. Like you're talking about, Showstopper used this round. Last round they used From the Shadows to get the same sort of information. Although that's already back online.
Yay, oh wow, huge.
Hey, got them the spaces around prior. Yeah. And then Karen got 4 kills. That's why it's back online.
Rounds with a minute left on the clock. They're going for it. Good paranoia, but the fights don't go their way. Gen.G winning out every single one. There's no competition, Tom. To save them, he's made big plays before with the Blade Storm. There's one, and not 2. Damage, but no kills. Oh.
Munya has a chance. Somehow this has come back into a winnable scenario. Just need to hit the bullet. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Like the beginning of this round, they were so ready. They had their whole team just waiting in mid, ready for that push to come through. And sure, the utility from PRX was good onto a couple of the players, but the deeper players were so ready for that part.
7-2, Gen.G finding next.
They know that there's going to be weaker weaponry, so they're just not giving them any of the close range fights. Powering up from above, there's not really an easy way to kill him. Maybe there is. Wow, the time almost looks like it's gone, trying to bait some space, but it's all too easy for Gen.
13 for us, well 13-2 you. An opportunity here at least to shut down the first and the second. Munyet does well, Rockets on point. And with Lakia down, it looked long if they waited. It's Karen to try to challenge, and he got an opportunity, but it was shut down eventually by something with only one standing. It's an easy win.
Brilliance out of Forsaken, definitely had support. I think he doesn't get that kill if it's not for Munyet being able to kill off the close player, but it's at least has to be a complete retake.
Oh, nice shot by Lakia as well. There's his 13.
Spike drop.
An opportunity indeed with that spike down. 15 seconds left. It's time for Gen.G to get a move on. Munchkin has to step out from that corner, and he's being caught. They need to dive on that spike and get it planted, but PRX are in their way. In the tank for this second half. You have to hope that PRX have got something special planned on their attack, because this was a really, really rough scenario for him. Now it's a little bit more conventional, but that's never the name of the game with PRX. In he goes. Something's looking for a fight. Paranoia is perfect. Snakebite's even better. And with 1 HP, Lucky doesn't stand a chance. The rest of the squad comes in to save him, but they've ended up falling to a 3 versus 1 with Meteor left standing and his back wide open. That's a mistake.
Oh, no.
And it almost was a costly one too.
Compositional change. The thing that it adds is, firstly, you're going to have that Paranoia available for Munyet to sort of set them up in, as we saw at the beginning of that round. But also, it just almost, we're going to continuously see the switch up.
Oh, there's a reason that they went to this comp after all. Nice shot by Meteor. Opportunity for more, and he's landed that shot as well. Look about the Outlaw, but this man's making it work with the Marshall, the cheaper weapon. Okay, an opportunity if they had spotted the player in the corner. Munyet, though, able to deliver the killing blow. Mind Freak fell to a snake bite after being... Oh! What is that push from Meteor? You will rarely see a man with the gall or the gumption to do such a thing. Timing is key, and they swung him together. That's a 3-2-1. Add to that it's a Marshall headshot. Okay, what can you do? And another Marshall headshot from a guy pushing a smoke close range, using it like a shotgun. That's not going to feel great. And the other player died to a snake bite. So, few kind of random engagements. Associated with it down in vent. This is an uncouth hole. 2 players, and they're dropping in, landing on each other's head. And in a 5v3, that's another nail in the coffin for PRX. Tagged up a little on the ranged fight, and what an adjustment from Munchkin.
Devi through the screen as well, so he's going to be half HP entering the site. They don't even know that Munchkin's there. A perfect reposition. I think actually holding onto a gun here would have more value, and he's just been seen knowing exactly where he is now. I imagine there's going to be pressure placed onto this man. Blast packs could be thrown in, but it's just going to be the entirety of the squad looking to just jump down upon him within those last few seconds. Well, it's not even needed. First one gets the job.
These halves, Gen.G haven't had a problem when it comes to economy. And I think for this 6 to 9, not doing exactly what they intended.
It's not going to cover up above. They've had to re-smoke it. Again, an explosive start to the round. Almost a kill. Well, I say almost. They've ended up with 3. This is exactly what PRX does. These fast-paced plays. They're going to reveal Texture's position. And they've spotted Karen as well. Although I say that, the peek out never really came in. The player behind the back of the site should have probably seen him. Now it gets a little bit more interesting. Space given to Texture, but it's both shots landed by Mind Freak. He's been
on, and more importantly, a challenge with so many weaknesses on the board. I mean, this was a round where you have a couple of rifles and whatever.
The B site under serious pressure. Half the team still waiting patiently. Karen's reposition. It's Sublime. He's managed to TP behind them. He gets away with murder. Brilliant from Karen. We talk about picking this player out of rank.
Economy discussion around this squad. They've been sitting pretty. They've been looking fantastic. They were able to obviously rebuy in this round because of the damage done early on. And well, they only really needed one of those rifles by the looks of things. At times, perhaps Forsaken. The decay is going to fade, but he's still half HP, and Munchkin finds it too easy to deal with him. One well-placed shot, and he's down and out. Now we need to see the return for Gen.G as another is found. Something falls. 2 rifles still in play. Seekers. Not a lot for them to fight their way back through with utility, but it's this man's position that might get them something. He's found another with the weaker weapons. This man's an animal. Oh, he's being put down. Heard Meteor's in position, unbeknownst to them. You might have her trail, but, well, it's a little more difficult to deal with her cleanly.
He's literally just playing with him because he knows that flank is coming. I really love it. It was brought up by Lakia, and he literally just pulled Mindfreak towards him. He had no plans to fight him at any stage. Wants to just play the higher percentage play, and that's why Gen.G have been able to convert a lot of these advantages. And
dominating in rifle rounds. Now they've got 4 ultimates to fall back on, up against weaknesses, but no Lakia. Could now be theirs. Gen.G might start to panic, might make a mistake, and with Munchkin inside the smoke isolated, that might just be the mistake they were looking for.
Oh, this could be big! Oh. He actually switches away, and it's just going to be the shutdown, surely, for Meteor!
5 in a row, up against 4 ultimates, only the Blade Storm that's gone. Like, keep in mind, Gen.G have a full buy with Seekers, with a Viper's Pit, with a Showstopper from the shadows, individually and together. 5 in a row needed, and the challenge already underway.
Ooh, okay. The fact is, they underestimated the pacing. Lakia in the corner, but they expect it. He's stuck in the mud. Good utility usage in this round. It leaves now Karen. He's had some magical plays, but they know exactly where he is. Well, it seems so. Munya goes was doubting the player behind. Also a 1v1 taken versus 5. Some serious mistakes needed, and Munyet's going to put him down immediately.
They've actually managed to deal with the vast majority of the ultimates as well there, Tom. Gen.G are left now with just a Viper's Pit. We listed all of them last round. They got used, they found nothing. That aggro intel, you're going to find it very hard to actually dive in. Now this TP is to B site. Up top, it's going to be broken last second with something down below, spotted and taken down. Gen.G have the advantage. They're going to challenge Munchkin inside the pit, and what a mistake that was. K's in the past, Tom, but this would be exceptional. Good luck to you.
I think this just allows him to do more damage. I like the start though from Gen.G. Oh, okay.
They're rotating into the right spot. The read is good from the side of Gen.G as they move to the A site. Here comes PRX diving a little quicker than expected, but there's the return. They're not expecting this many players to be on that defensive side already. Anchored down, and they're winning the fights, leaving Devi all alone. The 1v2, good damage done, and the follow-up, and he's out of ammo. Knife out, and Karen wins. He brought a knife to a knife fight.
In the 1v1. And well, I'll win it out. And that, well, PRX, that was, again, we talk about the advantages and their conversions. What was that, 5v3? As they get into the site, they get the initial opener and they get an entry, and then they don't convert the round. It's good work from Gen.G, but you always have to look at PRX.
So low. And the problem now is you have to fight back through all these close range angles where PRX have the numbers to play with on a lot of the fights they're going to take. Decent damage on the headshot, good follow up, and then it's clean house.
As well as one off a showstopper going into round number 3, so especially on this map, it definitely is a little bit more difficult for challenge for those orbs, but it might
be left unchecked. There's still a flash on Devi. You expect that to pop as they move forward. No, in fact, it's just a double swing, and the same thing.
After fight, Meteor now has to try and pull off some individual brilliance as well. I think a little.
Oh, indeed. Yeah, I mean, not a position you're going to be clearing a lot of the time. Done well to start. Player close is low. Devi and Mindfreak both playing without shields and with a bit of dent to their health. Forsaken also with no shields and no head anymore. This is getting very costly for the attacking side, with Munchkin not stopping anytime soon. He's already picked up 3, and now he's quickening his pace to the site. The time is so desperately low, and he doesn't know where Devi is. The element of surprise gets PRX the kill, and the...
I understand wanting to earn those extra orbs up, but this is one hell of an overextension, just constantly fighting versus a player that had a Bulldog. Munchkin, well, you can already see him smack talking, and well, it's not the only. Because of the Tiger, Monya's going to try and aggress. This is risky. Multiple players on the other side. Showstopper, he should be dead. He actually almost manages to catch one. Even still, though, for Gen.G, this is looking fantastic. Timing couldn't be worse for something either. It's going from bad to worse for PRX. They need to find a miracle through these spams. At least been able to get one, but they don't know if the player's still on the spike. The second tab will definitely help them out, but it's not Odin just going through. Too many bullets to dodge there.
Yes, it absolutely is. Now you see the butterfly effect of that. Well-placed showstopper by Textures. We said there were 2 online, only 1 found its mark. And then the chaos afterwards. Every time you see someone on paper through that wall, Tom, I'm not sure that would have went the way he was thinking. Spray good for Munchkin. It's a narrow alleyway to fight in, and wow, that's a lot of damage. No chance for PRX here. Of course, we did mention they have those weaker weapons. They don't have a lot to play with, and they'll get nothing done. A flaw
of these pushes coming through. He is going to get pinged up. They know where he is, and Texture's already there to support.
That's it. They're trying to punish the Odin. They know that it's not easy to fight from this angle, especially when the door gets open, and now he's dead. But that's what it's all about on Gen.G, filling in the spaces and being able to fight afterwards. But with yours just ducked underneath it, playing the limbo, and he's winning this game with Mind Freak down. It's 45 HP, and a dream turned to a nightmare. To the post plan, you gotta say, they really could have used that round.
Yeah, this is one of those things as well where Meteor's in a 2v2 scenario. The amount of times I feel like I've watched him just get both kills.
Blade Storm's already gone, and everyone else has pistols. Close range, numbers advantage is the way to go, and they've done it, at least trading out the first. Karan, though, he has been consistent every single time they've challenged him. This guy's coming up with multiple. 7-2 right now. Teammate ready to swing, and luckily, because Karan was dropped very quickly, so too is Meteor. Hell, it's winnable for Divine, but his knife was pulled out.
On something. He has had a very quiet start to this game, and a reaction shot from Texture.
Neural theft, if they can even drop a body. And they cannot.
Oh, no.
A wall bang kill with the...
Forsaken's been quiet as well, and reposition. Nice shot at least. Will make things that little bit more interesting. The reveal as well will tell exactly where their opponents are. Knowing there's only one player here, the turret though, keeping things disruptive. And Meteor, again, full sprinting to help his teammate out. It's in this match. 7-1 on the defense. I don't know, yeah, second pause is going to be called for PRX. At this point, I feel like they're running out of ideas. I also just did tidbit as well. Last 3 times Gen.G have won off this control. Paranoia immediately put through. The trade's not awful in the beginning, but they quickly divulge into nothing for the side of PRX. Forsaken trying to claim it back though. Finally, he comes alive.
Texture's not deploying the nade, instead sitting down. Op in hand, 16 HP, turned to 0. Nice shot with the operator as Mind Freak now is a nade below him. He's safe up top. He's got the angle, could even pick off Munchkin. That can make it winnable, but Texture's a little too quick.
I love it. It definitely is looking like a golf in class, which, again, considering this is the #1 and #2 from the same region, they got rid of the lockdown, so they can at least claim some space. He's screwed. There's no way he survives that.
It's a little messy. It's giving PRX a chance, Tom. They haven't planted the spike, but they don't need to if they win these fights. I'm putting the headset down. They've got decent amount of HP, and they've lost Mind Freak. Okay, but it's all right. They've still got 2 players, no utility to play with. They've got to just take these fights, not one at a time. That's the only thing I beg of you. Not one at a time, not up against Munchkin right now. He's 11-4. He's been winning round after round, but a reposition by Forsaken, the swing is good.
And that's the weird thing about it. And again, a lot of this just came down to some brilliant individual play from Something, finally putting a couple of kills on the board. The fact is they did peak Munchkin individually. First,
there's no utility, there's no reaction from Gen.G. So Forsaken realizes it's wide open and he gets caught by Lakia. That timing was near perfect.
Through B instead. Move away from the flank position, it's open. I think it's because Divide's having to check too many angles. The Seekers at least will give it away. Showstopper has been thrown in. He might get caught by all of the Seekers, but his teammate's got his back, and that means he'll be able to kill off Mind Freak. The remaining player's a bit of an obscure position. Munyet has not been cleared yet, and because of that, he's going to be able to deny the defusal, the spam doing so much damage, and now it's all on to Divide with an operator. First shot missed, but he just needs to kill the guy defusing, and he's done enough. There's no time left. Finally, PRX. It was previously Karan being solo, and now it's Texture, and his operator has...
Is there a flash? Is there anything? No. No, it's just a dry, wide peek by Munyet. Players up top. And it looks like another bite of this apple. As around comes another, but finally the miss is there. Texture gets the reset, though, with low HP. He's dancing around, but he's being caught. was no escape this time, and with Lakia falling, a real chance emerging for an 8-4 half. It looks like PRX. Some punch to be packed. Let's see. Meteor's on his way in. Up close with a teammate further away. Munchkin's making a lot of noise. They're trying to find an angle to deal with him, and instead running into Meteor. Well played. Now they can group up and try to force this 2v2 with the Viper's Pit. That was a little scary. Thought Munchkin was about to be spammed, but now they've got a lot of space as they close in the distance. No snake bites to play with, though. That could help out, keep them way out of this pit, and with Munchkin falling, it's done. PRX 8-4 at the halftime.
Almost identical to what we saw in the last half. A streak of rounds. That's just disgusting. I was thinking from Forsaken's point of view, I didn't even really see anything. That's how good Texture has been. But again, it's those player deficits that are actually what turn. This pistol round might just be a deciding factor, but a great start from Monyet. Waiting for the cavalry to arrive as the rest of the team somewhat far away. An opportunity, but Forsaken with a good trade.
Keeping the numbers in their favor. Something needs to do a little bit more. He's done some damage, and there's the follow-up. A shot right to Texture's temple. That's going to put us in a 4v2 with PRX. Definitely favored to take this pistol now. Forsaken fallen. A little bit more of a chance. Something, though, delivers. Okay, he's up top and not spotted. Easy peasy. That's a 3K for Something. Looks like even he's starting to heat up.
Even on a Gecko, he's basically an op main, so then get the finances built up early, get the orbs rolling on the duelist, which is exactly what's happened thus far. Get that sniper into his...
And was essential for PRX. Now the follow-up looks easy. Very little to play with for Gen.G, and even if they drop something, he's the player that's rocking with the pistol. So the margin...
This is a round that they shouldn't really have any opportunity to win. The weaponry not falling into their hands off the kills they've garnered, and the players they're pushing into are actually just going to start pushing into them. Has already happened, so Something now in a pretty deadly position, and honestly, I think Meteor's a little bit lucky.
Here's the chance for that operator to finally show its ugly face. Ugly for the side of Gen.G as they lose a player right off rip, and it's Texture. The man be a little bit slower on the way around these corners, which is just perfect for Something. He had to be watching the right way though, and Munchkin caught him unaware. The same happens with Devi though, leaving it to a 3v2 defensive advantage, and Devi walkabouts. He's been so good. 19 kills, looking for his 20th and his third of the round. And it looks like he might, oh, he will get the opportunity, but he's being dropped. Doesn't matter, because Monyet's there to catch him when he falls.
I like the way they play it as well. After the initial spot, that there was at least one player lurking. They know that there's an opportunity to potentially steal a gun away. So they three-man push. Even a trade there's not too bad, knowing there's Something's on the other side.
The flank, it means you're not going to have Forsaken there to help with this fight. Instead, Something has to do it on his own, and again, he finds Texture. That's a big part of this take. They try to seize the space with him.
Fighting aggressively. This could be a big win if it comes through. Nice work from Meteor. One bullet left. And nothing being spotted towards the spawn. This means they know where they are. The peek out is perfect, and he goes back with the pistol. He does it alone. Meteor's gonna confirm the MasterCard Thrifty.
With one big gun and one medium gun also. Very ambitious to go for this. That could have put it to a 1v1 top, but he was having none of it.
That's what I said about this guy. He knows he'll hit the shot. For
Upper is again just, oh, I thought just used for space, but if he fires it out close, no, he doesn't pull the trigger, and now he realizes his mistake as the dive comes in from PRX. They've got a lot to work with.
The ult though should be, well, in theory, forcing them back, but it hasn't happened at all. They went aggressive. Just with the amount of time that can be bought. Munchkin is just looking at that clock. That's all he really aiming for, sitting back, waiting for the push. He manages to land the first, almost onto the second.
This map, and indeed this series,
he would have killed Something if he just shot the bullet. That's got to be so infuriating.
Yeah, I can understand he doesn't want to give away his position, but, you know, you make a decision there. Do you gamble it? Do you not? And, well, he chose wrong. Chips on the wrong color. Well, 9-8. And for PRX, is Something has got basically an all right now. That's a Yassine dash, but it works out for him. No punish, and the reposition gets him another kill. Swing out, coming in to the side of PRX and closing.
Where this looked over, what was it, 8-1, and then they went 3 rounds in a row. And that's the thing. You don't really think it at the time because an 8-4 half is still great, but it seemed like Gen.G just let the foot off the gas.
Are low. Gen.G could be on the home stretch very, very soon, and Forsaken in that corner
clear
needs
him?
value. They've not seen him. He's good for one and damage on Texture. Those could be very look to move back through. So many players are low. One extremely low in the corner. It's the Rocket to find him.
Yeah, that's the thing though, that trade's all right. That was the low HP player device, so it's just gonna have to be the raw push. Already managing to retrieve a rifle, but every member falls. Gen.G now get a double back of their own.
It feels that way, Tom. 2-round cap. Gen.G in this series have just been miles ahead when it came to these rifle rounds. And again, it seems strange, able to succeed. Now, early push, it's not quite a rifle. Instead, it's a set of blades, and those don't even get fired off. They lay by his side as he falls to the floor. Something down, so too is Devi, and they're ready for another player close. There seems to be nothing that's beckoning them. And there they'll face elimination against the Sentinels are allowed. There's no easier fight for them than a team that they know. The devil they don't is coming.
For investment, but they had to use one of the ults and it got absolutely nothing. And the second we've got into these post-plants, that's where Gen.G have looked their most fearsome.
Door open. That was the defenders, but it's covering Munyet's push forward. Problem is, okay, good nade up close. That's gonna force that player out in the open. Problem is, Texture was covering it. And now the push on mid is spotted as well. 3 players left for PRX. And it looks like they've still got a fight in them. Nightfall. Won't evade it. He's being caught. But, oh, it's fake information! The Shrouded Step has bought a little bit of an advantage for Mindfreak as he's still alive, his HP recovering, but with something down. Buy some time. He still has a flash to play with. There it goes. It's popped and it's cleared out this corridor. Devi's even won the fight. The smoke is down. A chance if Mindfreak can make it to Devi, if they can take this fight together, but they don't know where the last players are. And the nade has even forced them back for a second. The time now very low. And with 2 players still to root out, it might be too low. Devi just dodges that seize, but Mindfreak down. The time now, not to be played with. Okay, no, Texture went out swinging. There's no chance. There's no chance whatsoever. He had to stick it underneath his nose, and short of a big misplay,